Hello and welcome to day 66 of 73. And today I wanted to talk about the return. Now, I recently reestablished contact with one of my really good friends from college. And something that I didn't anticipate was a feeling of slight dread when it came to now reestablishing that particular relationship, because from what I was thinking about, it was me going back into a space where I would now be unrecognizable, since the last time we were able to have a proper conversation or to really connect in any kind of way was still under the guise of alcohol with me. And so I spent an unnaturally long amount of time thinking about how I would be able to show up, what would be the, I guess, most appropriate way in which I could reestablish said contact. And for me, I, in the midst of all of that mental chatter and churning, I had to stop and think for a second, because in the duration of my journey as is, I've had to now cultivate and bring up a lot of very difficult conversations with myself. And those have, at least from my perspective, been much harder than the conversations that I end up having with actual people in real life. It sounds weird, but the moment that I decided to actually do all of that shadow work and have those very uncomfortable conversations, I was preparing myself for moments like these when I would need to now come back into the real world, per se, or to re engage or to see if I still resonate in any sort of way with the people that I used to before. And in my going through the mental chatter, I understood, at least from what I was thinking about, what it meant to feel free. Because at that moment, I didn't, well, I stopped giving as much value or as much gravity to my returning into that space, because naturally I wasn't going to be the same person. And as much as I would have loved to make sure that I'm filling in the specific role that I used to, it's virtually impossible for me to do that, because, again, I'm not living the same lifestyle that I used to. And I don't find a lot of my actions following my thinking of whether I'd be validated or not. Because, again, this is a transition that's taken a lot from me effort wise, but also given so much to the people around me in my immediate circles that I shouldn't be diminishing it in any sort of way. And I should be owning to its very core what it means to now come as that person. Now, it's not to say that I'm not going to be cordial or I'm now this person who's holier than thou. Far from it. I think by me being comfortable with having those conversations about myself to myself, I've found a sense of peace that I don't think I would have foreseen at any point during this journey, even when I'm met with familiar situations, or even when I'm now asked to step into places where I was so comfortable before. I need to accept that by doing this work, excuse me, by default as well, I cannot be coming back as the same person. So when I return, as uncomfortable as it might be for the situation in and of itself, because I know what it took to get to that point, I cannot diminish that out of discomfort. If I am uncomfortable, then so be it. I go through it the same way that I've gone through every part of this journey. And if it sticks, it sticks. If we no longer resonate, we don't. And so that's a thought that I had. I'll keep you posted. I think things are going to go well. I think we've both grown and matured, but we'll wait and see. Thank you for your time.